riding something vintage like this, it's about the experience more or less than anything. There's just something about the experience on riding something like this. It's just, back in the day, this was the utility four-wheeler. And I just think it's funny how some of these old videos back in the 80s and 90s, when everybody was watching these square giant TVs, that they outlawed them.
Government experts say it is by far the most dangerous vehicle on the market today.
Because nowadays we're talking 200 plus horsepower on some of these crazy UTVs, and it's just crazy what this and now with the electric stuff coming out, the power is pretty much going to be on demand. So when you're riding something vintage like this, it's about the experience more or less than anything, and that's what makes it totally cool. Everybody seems to have a memory on one of these. I remember when I was growing up, getting babysat, riding to go freaking, I don't know what it was, I don't know if we were feeding the farm animals or what, but I remember riding on the back of one of these when I was in grade school, and it's just kind of cool now because you really don't see a lot of clean ones anymore. But I thought this was a pretty good example, and I'm gonna fix it up a little more and make it a driver, make it a rider. So I'm gonna get some more use out of this thing. Super cool. Let's start it up. Look at that. That's what you want. That's what you want. Starts right up. Anyways, like and subscribe. I've got some stuff called Muck Off that I got from the Barber Vintage Festival. I don't know if it's any good, but I'm gonna try it when I foam cannon this here shortly. Take this off and start getting this ready to get cleaned up. It was kind of a barn find. I'm gonna put some pictures in the video, but this is exactly, in my opinion, how you want to find three-wheelers if you're into three-wheelers. But half the fun is just building them so you can find them in any condition. But I am a sucker for little things like this. You can see how there's little, it says Honda of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, I believe that was. And the exhaust on this is a little rotted out, the silencer, so I'm gonna have to get that fixed. And there is some scale on it, but it is clean where it counts. And you'll see what I mean as we get into this video. But you see the side things are on it. It's got the original wheels on it. Starts right up. Somebody had already gone through it, put a different carburetor on it. I have the original, I'm gonna put that on there. But I kind of wanted to just take a video to document the process because it's all really just basic stuff. And nowadays they make Serwa tires, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but remakes of what the original tires were, which I'm gonna put a link in the description for those too, so keep an eye out. I know I don't upload a ton of YouTube stuff anymore, but keep an eye out for the links in the description. If it's in the links, then I'm a believer. This isn't a sponsored video, but super cool what you can do to these things now. This thing is awesome. It's got the warning labels on here. I'm not sure, I guess that's how they would have came in 85. I'm not too sure on the big reds. I believe this is the original seat cover. This doesn't say 85, doesn't say Honda in the back, but super cool. No dings in the tank. The bars are a little bit bent, so I'm gonna replace those. I'm gonna take off the basic stuff here and get this ready for Trike Fest 2024. That's right, weekend after Father's Day in Laurel, Indiana. If you're into these things, it's kind of roughing it. There's barely there's no electricity. You kind of gotta do your own thing, but I'm gonna plan on going to that, so hopefully see some of you guys there. I know I got some subscribers that go, but it's all about the kids now, so I'm just gonna fart around the campground. I'm not really gonna make this a mud run or anything, but I just thought it was cool. Can you start it up? Let's see. Green light. Good job, man. Ready to go? Hit the gas. Good job. Okay, lights. Boom. On. Got them dim. Bright. Look at that. Ready? Here we go. Hold on tight. Sponsored, but this is what I use to clean the three-wheeler. I got this just basic foam cannon Armor All. Use some Zep degreaser as well as some OxyClean 50/50. You can actually add water to it too to dilute it a little bit. The muck off stuff is totally new. I got it from the Vintage Festival, but I thought the hot pink logo was cool, so yeah, I'm gonna try that out and keep you guys updated. But the links for this stuff will be in the description. Just the foam cannon, and this is kind of like if you have a side-by-side, not necessarily like a classic or anything to clean up, but just initial cleaning. This stuff works awesome. I learned it from YouTube, so if you guys want to use those links, it does help the page, so I appreciate it. And let's get back into this video. All right, we're gonna squeeze this in the video too. These are some new old stock Honda XL wheels and tires. The guys at the show said this stuff will come off with Simple Green, so I'm assuming it'll come off with this stuff. I'm using hot water, foam cannon. I'm gonna spray these off and see what they look like afterwards. I can't wait. Okay, so check it out. I have taken the cover thing off there. I got the original carb sitting there. You can see this thing was like full of mud wasps, so I'm guessing it was sitting in like a barn with a dirt floor, I'm guessing. I took the headlight off there. And if you guys want more trike content, head on over to This Old Trike. Preston has some really cool videos where he gets really in depth with the big reds and has a really extensive collection and priceless knowledge when it comes to Hondas. So for me, I always love the big red, this version of it, because it is like the first utilitarian, like the most robust out of all of them. These are probably a little more expensive than the earlier models, but you have full suspension. You got it's like a semi-automatic, shaft driven. These things are just bulletproof. So but I was really glad I got the original carburetor. I'm excited. 223 cycles, I'm sure you guys have heard of them. I haven't used them yet because I just haven't had the chance, but I think I'm gonna send this off to them and see, or maybe buy some stuff for them and just rebuild it myself. But right now there is a Chinese carburetor on it. Also got the original petcock, so I was happy about that. Right now there's just the replacements. We got the black fuel line. They're supposed to be gray if you guys know your Honda stuff. Now this thing, as I said before, I'm just gonna do like a mild cleanup on it. I'm gonna get some of these servo tires. Pending everything goes well, I'm gonna take these off and clean them up a little bit. All the black, I'm gonna take that off and either powder coat, sandblast paint, or powder coat. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I know there's some viewers out there that probably have a lot more experience doing this stuff than I do. But so also there's some scale on this engine, and I'm guessing that's because I'm assuming there was a dirt floor wherever this thing was stored. But I did find something cool too. So on these, the original toolkit is kept underneath here. These little tabs is kind of cool. And let's see what else. Oh, here's the toolkit right there. You can see HM. That is totally cool. I haven't even cleaned this thing off yet, but Okay, so I removed all the tools, but check this out. They say HM on them, pretty cool. And you got the spanner wrench. This is the first time I've actually seen a kit on a bike that I've gotten that complete. I mean, ATC, I should say. But that's another thing, when you get one of these, something I've learned, and I imagine it's true for most bikes, these, you got the little spanner wrench, you can set that shock there, and they come from the factory. This is what I've been told. They come on the lowest setting, so that's kind of cool. But this thing, surprisingly, the brakes, the cables, everything's nice and tight, and there's just nothing like a barn fresh Honda, because these things, you just clean them up, and if you do it right, it's just as if it was new again. But like I said, go over to Preston's videos, this old trike. There's a ton of good content. So, but I've watched some of his videos here recently, and kind of sizing things up, I guess, if you will. You can see that this key's the rubber's kind of crappy on this, so I'm not sure where this was kept, like obviously in the sunlight. But some other cool stuff on the big reds. They changed a lot of little things from 85 to 88. I think 88 was the last year that you could get the big red. And Preston also has one of those, super cool. Can't wait to see that thing restored. Another thing that's cool, you got the accessories thing, which actually, I just yanked it off there. Whoops. Let's see here. We're gonna go over to some dealer books that I got and look at all of the cool stuff that you can get for these, and just keep the vintage flowing, the vintage theme flowing in this video. But this thing is super nice and should clean up really well, with the exception of the bars being a little bent. I'm gonna replace those and take off all the black and redo that and get some Sherwood tires. So here is the wheel that I cleaned up, the new old stock XL wheel. It turned out pretty good. Took a little more elbow grease than just simple green, but super happy with it. Not even any dry rot or anything. That is amazing. Pretty cool. And we got the motorcycles and coffee cup. Totally cool. Got that from the show too. Let's check this out. Open the tailgate of the old round back station wagon. Battery's probably a little dead. So here we got the 85, I believe this is the 85 lineup, yep. So we got the 85 Big Red, the 250 SX, got some of the smaller ones in there, the FL 350, the 250R. For me, everything kind of started with the 250R and kind of the go-kart, and just kind of blew up from there. But check this out. I think this is the accessories pamphlet. So super cool. You can see all the Honda line accessories that you can get. And let's see, I do have some super rare accessories to put on the Big Red when I get it all done. There's the infamous light, speedometer. Oh, you know what? That's an 84, isn't it? The apparel. I cannot find one of these helmets, but so cool, super cool. I wore this at the Vintage Fest. Just a generic little old school helmet. And here is what you would have seen at the dealership. So even more details on here. You got the 125M, the 200S, and let's see, the 200X. Totally cool. The 200M, another 200M, 250SX. This stuff is awesome. And the Big Red, check that out, fully loaded. And like I said, them Sherwood tires, they look so close to those. Super cool, and I love it. This thing's got the box, the light, the grill on the headlight, the mud guards. Look at all that cool stuff. Tachometer, trip meter, body covers, low tire pressure gauge. Awesome. And the 85 250R. That's what all started with me right there, is the 85 250R. Still have a 250R that I've had since I was in the service. So, but stay tuned to my channel. We'll get to that. Let's try some of this muck off. Maybe I'll be a believer. We're gonna try this. All right, muck off speed polish. It's quick and easy to use. Motorcycle detailing, polish and wax in one. It contains pure Carnauba. Okay, so wax. Durability, beeswax, blah blah blah. Water resistant. Polish wax in one. Suitable for paint, chrome, plastic, and carbon fiber. Well, I don't think there's any carbon fiber on this, but all right, let's give it a shot. We're just having fun here. I ain't getting too serious with it. It does go on kind of like a wax. Let's try it on the seat. A little bit on the tank. Shake can, loud to haze, buff to a high gloss. Okay. Actually looks pretty good. So, as I said, these things are the reason utility four-wheelers exist, really. I mean, this is what it all started with. So, utility four-wheelers obviously took off. Now you got, like, I mean, it's just crazy, the power, and, you know, they got diff lockers and power steering, but it all started with three-wheelers, really, and that's kind of part of the reason why I just keep going back to it. Keep going back. It's an addiction and a hobby. I probably could have cleaned the tank a little better before I put this on there, but we're just giving it. So the tank, I've done a couple of these. I am going to buff this out a little bit, and then before I get too crazy with this muck off on there, but it does look better. The fenders, however, definitely look better. Looks way better, actually. Pretty good. Okay, there we have it, the muck off. Pretty good. Got all, this is the before. Or no, this is the before, sorry. And that's the after. There's clearly a difference. Worked pretty good. This is just a quick detail. I didn't get too crazy with it, but it actually worked better than I thought. I think I really do like that stuff. Now, I use the SC1 stuff too. I'm sure everybody's familiar with that, but this stuff, I didn't even wipe it off all the way, but this stuff is pretty good though. Plastics shined up a little bit, and once I take everything off, I'll go even more silly with it, but look at that. Shined up pretty nicely. The stickers on this thing are so good considering the age. Another thing you always want to watch out for, and little stuff like this, like the cap. I think the other one's missing on the other side, the little caps and stuff like that. This thing's got kick start as a backup as well as a battery. The fenders flip up. Got the storage compartment. Just a really cool all around. This is definitely my favorite utility ATC right here. So hopefully you guys like the video. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it, and stay tuned for more. I'm gonna upload a teardown video of this too, because that's pretty much what I'm getting ready to do. Take the racks off, the bars off. We're gonna do some Serwa tires, and I might sandblast, I might paint, I might powder coat. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, can't wait to see how this thing turns out. Pretty much building this for my wife because it's also the most, I think, friendly as far as for more inexperienced riders to ride on and be relatively stable. So that is just my opinion, but like I said, hopefully you guys like the video. The paid affiliate links do help me out. If you want to check them out, I appreciate it. This muck off, this is the first stuff that I've used, and I actually like it better than I thought I would. So I'm definitely going to keep using this, and maybe I'll buy some more. But I'm also now excited to try some of their other products. I got some other stuff that they also do, so we'll see how that goes. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Well, we better clean this tool bag up too, just in case, right? In case someone sees it inside that seat. All right, look at that. Man, that looks like that's magazine. That's Honda magazine quality right there. Well, we'll see it again. See you in the next 38 years again. Can't wait to get this baby back together.